And just such a simple kit, I think just by itself in a set of ruins would be quite amazing. Hello, this is BJ from Hearns Hobbies, and today I'm going to be looking at this Masterbox kit. This one here. This is a Volkssturm. It's a 1/35 scale kit, which is depicting, actually I think it's children within Berlin during World War II. And they're carrying a ammo cart. All right, so from the top camera, you'll have a look at the box art. So Masterbox's box arts are all very detailed. They are depicting the actual pose of the model. So you'll be getting the two figures and the cart here with the weaponry at the back. So basically this is quite an emotive pose. During World War II, the children in Berlin during the siege towards the end of the war were made to move munitions around. And it's quite fitting they have those sort of facial expressions as well. All right, let's open this up and I'll show you what's inside. Okay, so there we go. We've got a bag of parts, quite neatly packed. Let's quickly open this up. All right, so you can see we've got, this is a sheet of instructions. That's for the card itself. So we'll come back to that a bit later. All right, so you can see we've got some photo-etch, cart parts, and we've got the figures here, like so. All right, so let's put these away first. All right, so we've got two separate sprues, one for each figure. We've got this one, which is for the boy, and this one, which is for the girl. Now, it's being children, I guess, the proportions of them are slightly different as well, which is a bit of a credit to Masterbox. So the heads are quite large, which is natural for children. They generally have a large head, and then also a stouter shape on all their limbs. That's so it looks right in place when you have it mounted up with other 35th scale figures. So with this, you got some weaponry as well. So there's a Sten gun, which is a bit odd, a carbine there. But I guess at that time, at the end of the war, the Germans were using as many weapons as they could find as well. So this is some of the stowage that is going to go into the cart. A little bit more here, you've got some grenades as well, and this is on the girl sprue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in a bit, and we'll have a closer look at each of these details. All right, so let's just get that focused. All right, so there's a Sten gun and the carbine, which I showed earlier. Got a magazine there as well, so it's separate, so they could be actually mounted in the side, or you can leave it off. Here we've got the arms, quite natural folds in the fabric. Spin this around. Got some of these as well, anti-tank grenades. Got a couple of helmets. And then you have the torso, and one of the important parts is actual face. So you can see how sharp the facial features are. And that's one of those things that I really like about Masterbox too, because they do sculpt very nice faces and quite realistic. And on the opposing end, and if I just move these particular angles, you can see the join lines are actually quite minimal. So there's not a lot to clean up, particularly around the edges around here. Looking at the chest, you can see all the pocket detail, finer creases. So that's really good there. And now we go on to the girl. Okay, let's get straight into the face of the girl. The girl's face. Again, it's really important that the facial features look good. And you can definitely tell that this is has female facial features. I mean, in the past, the sculpting wasn't that crash hot. And quite, well, I guess because most sculptors were sculpting men as soldiers, female facial features weren't very convincing. So you've got a braid there that's separate with some hair, legs there, and then you have a torso with the skirt in two separate parts. A couple of potato masher grenades, another helmet, and then you've got some gas mask canisters, and then some German rifles. Okay, so let's put those aside. So have a closer look here now. All right, so we've got the cart parts, and then also the photo-etch, which has got the spokes. All right, so if I zoom in here. Okay, so a cart would be quite simple. There's the base of the cart. Got a little spare box there. And then we have the sides at the back. And then you got the wheels, and you see the spring system here, which is going to support it onto the cart. Then obviously the spokes aren't visible there because the spokes are going to be photo etched and popped into place. So here's the spokes right here. Super fine. Much finer than you can ever achieve in injection molded plastic. A few other little straps there as well. These will be straps for the helmets and such. Really nice touch. Okay, and then what we have is the manual. Okay, so the manual is going to be quite simple, obviously, because the cart itself is really simple. All right, so over here we have the legend of the parts. So the 2 sprues which we have listed here, and your photo etch, and then it just goes into the construction of the handle, the box section of the cart. You've got the photo etch and how the photo etch is put together. So there's 2 photo etch pieces per wheel. So you've got the intersecting spokes, and then that's glued into the wheel itself. You have all the straps, which are all the way around the cart box. Handle is attached, wheels are attached, then basically that's it. And just such a simple kit, I think just by itself in a set of ruins would be quite amazing. So just like the box art here. Doesn't need a lot added to it. A little bit of debris, 2 figures, and a cart full of weaponry that you don't expect children to be moving. Quite emotive. Okay, then on the back, you've got indication of the parts for the figurines themselves, and that's the manual for putting together the figures, and also the color guide as well. So you've got color codes there for Vallejo and Life Color, but you can quite easily work out if you prefer different brands. Okay, so that's my open box review of the Volkssturm from Masterbox in 35th scale. Thanks for watching.